Hey y'all, it's Dalanie.
And it's Katie. Welcome to Classically Black Podcast,
Where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
with trap beats playing in the background. Happy Thanksgiving, sis.
Thank you, sis. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you, sister.
I'm so excited. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays.
But out of all the holidays, I feel like...
I didn't say it was my number one favorite.
Oh, it's not your number one favorite?
It might be. It might be now. Like Christmas used to be. I used to be diehard Christmas.
Listen, I stand for Christmas.
Stand for it.
Like, I'm extra. Like, we going to the ballet. We going to see a Christmas Carol.
When I tell you.
Like, we doing it all.
I'm pre-gaming for Christmas in August.
First of all, December 1st, you not mess with me because, you know, like, Eastman be having me down, right? So, December 1st, my tree goes up. Mind you, I have a studio apartment. That's fine. I got a normal-sized tree. And I'm not playing with Christmas. I got... You ever see my shoe? Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
you have not.
Here.
Listen, I be having like ornament decorating parties over here.
You got friends. I forgot.
You good over there?
Mm-hmm. Well, fine.
But anyway, this is not about Christmas. We can say that for.
Yeah. But I used to stand for Christmas, but now that I'm not a kid anymore, Christmas is not the same.
It's hard to find that same feeling.
Yeah, like I don't even remember like the past 2, maybe 3 Christmases.
I be forcing it though. I be like, let's go to the ballet, y'all, and then we going to see a Christmas Carol, like I said, and then we making popcorn and we decorating the tree and we doing all this.
Oh my god, I used to love Christmas, but Thanksgiving it's so lit. All that food, and especially now because I'm so far away from home, like going back. Mm-hmm. That food that I have, and like the closest thing any other time of year that I get to Thanksgiving dinner is Easter. Easter dinner is like the closest. Mm-hmm. But now I can't even go home for Easter anymore because Easter's on Sunday and I have to miss school. So
right, but we had Easter dinner at my apartment, fully vegan.
We had
you made all that meat up in my apartment. And I let you do it.
Yeah, but it still wasn't like what I.
Yes, of course, it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. What you do for Thanksgiving, sister?
Well, this Thanksgiving, can you relax? This Thanksgiving gonna be a little different for me because it's gonna be my first Thanksgiving in 25 years that I have not been in Evanston. I'm gonna be in Rotterdam, Netherlands.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I gotta fit like I'm still ironing out the details of like because I'm flying standby, so figuring out when exactly I'm gonna leave. But yeah, this Thursday I'm gonna be in the Netherlands at the International Viola Congress, presenting on vibrato, you know.
I'm just so glad my sister's out here.
Okay, well, you know
the
what?
International?
Are you okay?
Viola Congress?
Okay.
Hey, legislators.
Okay, you can't just take words apart and be like, oh, that's not how language works. First of all I did was apply. You could apply. We could have done viola and bass repertoire, and if they liked our proposal, you could have been accepted. Same thing.
But they liked yours,
and that's fine. They can like mine. What I'm saying is, all
I
I
did
was
apply. That my sister's out here.
I'm not out here. I'm in here with you right now. Let's focus on this. So yes, I will be going to Rotterdam this Thursday. I'm super excited. I've never been to the Netherlands. Right. So,
and that's really special for somebody like Katie who's been everywhere.
I do not believe it's propaganda.
It's not propaganda.
It's literally propaganda.
Katie travels so much. It's very, very hard to get a hold of her.
It's not. We're in the same room.
Right. And how long does it take?
It doesn't.
For this to happen?
It literally. Anyway, this is not what we're here about. So yeah, it's gonna be different. I'm gonna try not to be my feelings, but also like I said last week, I am an introvert. So, I'm gonna have great time by myself. I don't even know who's going to this International Viola Congress. I don't think I have any friends going to this one. So
that's surprising.
Well, you know, yeah, I don't think because people don't really go. Americans don't really go to the IVC, but you know, I'm trying to.
Didn't they have like a fight or something? Wasn't there some tea on that?
Viola's always got some type of tea out of nothing. I don't know the exact tea because that was before I started caring about the viola. But yeah, the last IVC that was held was at Eastman in 2012. That was the last one, and then they split the American Viola Society. So I had to join the Dutch Viola Society. Like I had to do that because like they won't accept my membership in the American Viola Society. It's really not that deep. It's probably somebody had to say something about Bach. That's like it's violas. It can't be that deep. But yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna pack some stuff so I can figure out my Thanksgiving dinner over there.
All right, if we got any listeners in the Netherlands, pop by.
Okay. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I will be going back home.
Oh,
with my fam. very excited. I do the same thing that I do every year for Thanksgiving, but get some food. Well, I'm doing a little bit. I always help cook for Thanksgiving, but my grandma, like, sometimes, like when people get older, you know, they obviously start, you know, easing out of like what they normally do. My grandma ain't no easing for her. We in there in the kitchen looking in there like, you coming? She like, I ain't doing that. Like, it's not even like because my grandma, she like make the dressing from scratch. She make the gravy from scratch. I think my mom helps her with the turkey. But I think my grandma does the ham. She does like the greens. She does a lot of stuff. And it's like, you can't even just like shave off 2 of those things and we'll take over, but you leaving it all to us. Meanwhile, none of us can do your stuff on recipe like you can. Like, it's not the same. Yeah. So I'm gonna be in the kitchen sweating, my back all broke.
My grandma the same way. She'd be like, I'll make the rice. Literally. Right.
I'll butter the rolls. Like, what?
Like, Gloria.
That used to be my job when I was 7.
Gloria, that's not how this works. But you know, she's too old to care. My grandma not even old. She just does. This is not about Gloria. Okay. Well, yes. Thanksgiving is a good time. We're gonna have a nice, fun little episode today. I'm so excited. Finally, something happy to talk about. But
finally, no dorm food. I'm about to come back all plump, rolling in like, what was that? Augustus Gloop.
Who's that? The girl who turned? Oh, that's Violet. Never mind.
No, Augustus. No, he got stuck in the pipe. Violet is who I mean. When she turned into like a blueberry.
Yeah.
She was rolling. That's gonna be me coming back.
How you gonna fit in the annexes?
I don't need to go to the annex.
Right. I forgot. All right. You got news this week, sis?
Sure, this sister.
Okay. I forgot I was supposed to be nervous about this.
Well, no, the first thing is just a little positive. Something. So recently, the music by Black composers, NBC, started by Rachel Barton Pine, just released a couple of like publications, and they have like a page for educational resources and all that. I think it's super great. They just came out with a new violin book. It's Violin Volume 1. And it's basically like for like beginner violin tunes by like based off of compositions by Black composers, Caribbean composers, all that. So that's cute.
Yeah, it's really cool. Rachel Barton Pine was at Sphinx, so I got to take a look at the book and like talk to her a little bit about it. And it's like a really cool book. It's a really nice concept, especially for young Black students starting out. It's just nice to see yourself, right? It's nice to see yourself represented, even if it like doesn't mean a lot to you like at that moment, because like all you want to do is play the violin, high chords, bounce or whatever. Like, I feel like in the long run, it's just nice to see yourself represented. So, right. Nice job, Rachel.
Right. I can't wait till the next volume comes out so I can buy it for my brother, because I was considering getting him this one, but it's for beginners. Yeah, and he's like more intermediate. So, and then also along with this, they got a coloring book for Black composers, Cute. Which I will be getting for my nephew. Aww. He will be once I decide what instrument he's gonna play.
Okay.
Right. Right. He's turning 2. He's gotta.
Okay, you gotta hurry up. I'm telling you.
Right. He'll be on his neck. My sister out here talking about he gonna play piano. Well, not on my watch, but.
Wow. But jazz piano? I want my son to play jazz piano. That's so useful.
Yeah. I mean, he can play piano in addition to, so that when he comes to Eastman, he can test it.
Wow. I'm glad you got this all taken care of. That's good. Okay, good.
And then lastly, they have a Black classical composers poster. It's like a really big poster. It has like a timeline of when like they were all,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm thinking I might get that, for like for our Black students at Eastman group, like because we get a billboard like to advertise.
Oh shoot, yeah, that'd be dope.
Not a billboard, a bulletin board.
Well, that's what we need. Right. So that's what the Lord told you to say.
Right. A bulletin board in the dorms where we can post our stuff. That would be nice to have up there once that comes out. So I'm gonna put a link to their educational resources page, which has a link to all the information, like further information on all of these products that I mentioned, and it also has like links for you to buy them. So moving on to our second piece of news.
I don't know the way you're looking at me because she refused to tell me what the article was about this week. Look, I'm just nervous because if you don't get the reaction you want, then we're gonna be out here. Nah, I'm gonna be out here.
I don't know. So I'm just hoping that you haven't seen this. One thing that I'm thankful for, which this made me realize, I'm thankful for mess.
You know what? I'm not even gonna hold you up. As long as the mess ain't about me.
Exactly. I just be looking over like, wow.
Because some people's lives like really be interesting.
Right.
I mean, some mess is too much mess. Like, you know, like Belle Calise and her man.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot. You know, and you have far too much money to be having that kind of mess. But you know, a little bit of here and there, blase.
Right.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
Right. I'm just thankful for my boring old life. That I get to come across things like this. So I'm minding my own business, scrolling through my Facebook's feed. Okay, can't talk.
I feel like this devil blocking your tongue. I mean, not the devil, the Lord.
I'm getting them mixed up. You good? No, I'm just kidding.
Leave me alone.
And I see this headline: classical music concert in Sweden descends into brawl over wrestling chewing gum packet.
What? What y'all doing in Sweden? Listen, a brawl though?
I'm gonna read this because
you got to let me lean in.
Right, I'm gonna read this because it's not it's not a long article.
Y'all really don't have no problems in life that y'all. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So it says a classical music concert in Sweden ended in a farce after a fight broke out over a rustling packet of chewing gum. One audience member became so distracted by a woman next to him opening a new packet of gum that he grabbed it from her and threw it to the floor.
We could stop there. Can we just pull over for a second? You're not finna grab nothing out of my hand.
Right.
That's like, I feel like, okay. I mean, you can keep going. I'm just saying, like, you're not finna grab anything out of my hand. I'm just
imagining her, like, my astonishment. I would be shocked if someone really gathered themselves and sent their brain, sent to the nerves in their arm to pick something up out of my hand.
And I can't see myself in that situation. I can't see myself because my reaction would have been to pop you in your face.
Right. So here's her reaction. It says, in retaliation, the woman, after calmly waiting more than an hour for the orchestra to finish its performance, slapped the man in the face.
Ooh, okay.
Sparking a full-on brawl between the pair.
Now, first of all, that man, you deserved it. You did. That's the first thing. But secondly, you imagine how hard that slap must have been if you had to sit through 3, 4, 5 movements or something.
Right. She was just festering.
It's festering and boiling. Yo, I bet you she could hit that man so hard they thought a cymbal fell.
Right. Okay, gong.
Right. Yo, I just can't see myself in the situation.
Right. Oh, it says one witness told the newspaper that the rustling became unbearable during a particularly quiet part of the musical piece.
I mean, okay, so either way, he's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I could be annoyed, but I would never do that, no matter how annoyed I am. I might look at you, or I might be like,
right. I might.
But I'm not about to reach all up in your stuff.
But sis, what kind of gum? I'm trying to figure out what kind of gum makes that much noise. Like, you over here. Oh, here I got some gum right here. You.
Right.
I can't get it open. Like, but you not. That doesn't give. I don't care what happens. You never have the right to put your hands on somebody. Right. Because well, what you mean? Well, what do you mean? Well,
what do you mean? No matter what happens.
Oh, okay. I feel. But
I have a couple of outliers. There's a couple of things for me personally.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, like, say you in a tiff with somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
They throw the first blow.
Right.
They don't have a right to put your hands on you.
Right.
Or you throw the first blow. You don't got a right to put your hands. I mean, but if something happens to you,
right. You can't just put your hands on somebody because you mad.
Right. Exactly. Like I think that's the point I was making. Like,
right.
Over gum. So now you in a lockup because that was so Jamaican. Now you in jail because some gum was sullying your Beethoven 5.
Right. It's Mahler 5, by the way.
Oh, was it Mahler 5?
Okay, 5.
Wait, Mahler 5? You got so much time. It can't be that. Let her get her gum out. I was like, no, I'm just kidding. But you know what? Let it have been during that strings and heart movement. and I might have had to.
All right.
I'm just playing.
It says he became angry and started fighting back, and the blow was strong enough to knock the man's glasses off.
Oh, so now it's a blow.
Right. Look, it ought to be.
It ought to be.
Right.
Snatching out your hand.
Mm-mm.
And then you fought her back. Oh, so I know.
Right.
Now I see. They ain't got no couth in Sweden, or like man ain't care.
Right.
But you over here fighting. I mean, but listen, at the same time, if a woman throws the first blow, sometimes some men be like,
right. Some
all right,
be
gang,
like,
gang.
Right.
Right. So
equality for all.
right. Right. You know,
some of them don't care.
Some of them do not.
And it says, to add insult to injury, a companion of the woman who had been eating the gum then began hurling punches at the man as well. So it was a group effort.
So what happened to them?
Basically the I can't really pronounce the people.
You can make up a name. Lashandra. What is Lashandra?
No, not the people name. The name of like the orchestra that was putting on the concert. They released a statement about it. And they said they posted like a brief reminder of good etiquette when enjoying classical music. So they came for her neck. Which I mean, to begin with, like, you shouldn't have been out here. You really shouldn't have been. Like, you're not eating your crunchy chips. Like, right, you know.
Feet all up.
Right. Your hot fries out here. Okay, at me. Love a good hot fry. Okay. But, it says, everyone thinks it's wonderful to sit in a hockey or football match and drink a beer or coffee and eat little snacks. In a concert hall with world-class acoustics, it is not, however, suitable to bring rustling bags of chips. That's what the concert with the orchestra management like released as a statement.
They acting like sis had a 2-piece from KFC.
Well, KFC. Let's start there. No,
I mean,
y'all still eating KFC in Sweden?
That's probably what they got. You got no Popeyes in Jamaica. It's KFC. Yeah. Jamaicans love KFC.
But KFC is different in different countries.
Right. So. We cook our stuff all the way through. So
all right.
Wow, sis. I'm sorry you have to go to jail. I'm gonna look it up.
Right. It said they had they called it a high risk concert and extremely powerful that like awoke strong feelings. I'm like, it had nothing to do with it had something to do with her digging in her junk, not being considerate, and then him being out of pocket. I couldn't imagine. I cannot fathom. But I'm just thankful for this mess.
You know, that was delightful. It really was.
When it don't happen to you.
Okay. And let's move on. Okay, so today we're talking about, things that we're thankful for on this beautiful Thanksgiving 2018. So, we got a couple of things that we thought that we would like to share that we're thankful for. And you can also comment below or send us an email with things you're thankful for. We love to hear from you. So the first thing, things that we're thankful for in 2018, you got a teacher or teachers that you're thankful for?
Oh, it's supposed to be in 2018?
I mean, I guess not, but
you know what? It can be. Okay. One. No, I'm saying I'm thankful for my friend Richard, who is
those House of Richard's pitches.
Right. Because I was struggling because Richard is trifling, so I was like, I do not want to say that.
Because it's only another word, right? But beyond trifling.
I was considering saying that I'm thankful for him as a friend, but when you said like teacher or whatever, Richard is also my oral skills tutor, and I struggle a lot with that class. And he's a good teacher, and he had me out here. He, going above and beyond. He's only required to do an hour with me a week. He over here, he was going home with his 2 jugs of water that he brings to the water fountain. You did not just
put him out there. You did not just put Richard out there.
Listen, he has no shame. He's like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I bring my 2 gallons and fill him up the water fountain. What of it? I'm like,
you walk an entire block to Eastman, Richard, to fill up your water.
My people. Right. And this, by the way, this isn't Richard. This is Richard.
Oh, yeah, Richard. Because you don't say Richard.
Right. Richard. But I'm thankful for Richard because he is helping me make progress in a class that really has its foot on my neck on a constant basis. So,
oh, Richard.
right.
That's the thing with Richard. As trifling as he may be, because he is, he's just so, he can be really genuine and like he really cares about his friends and he'll go above and beyond. So that's always nice.
Right.
Okay. So teachers, I have two for the same reason though. So of course my teacher, Mr. Taylor, I literally am so in debt to this man. I can't even begin because it's like every opportunity he has had to give up on me, it's like he refuses. And like I know that you looking at me like that's his job. It's not.
No, I'm not talking about that's his job. I'm talking about you are not like
okay.
Why would he give up on you? Like
because sometimes I remember one lesson like earlier this year. I was like he was like play I forgot the context, but he was like play this thing and he looking at me, he's like, it's not that hard. It's literally 2/8 notes. And I was like, yo, okay, my neck. I can't breathe because your foot is on it. But some teachers give up on their students. It's just true.
But you're not
okay.
A bad violist. Like
I mean, I'm not. Okay, we're not gonna. This is not the time. But every opportunity he's had, it's always like no matter what mistakes I make, he always like levels up the ante. Like you know how some teachers will be like, oh, you know, you could do this thing, and then you do something wrong, you have a bad performance, and they're like, yeah, about that thing, let's not do it.
Damn.
This happens to people. Mr. Taylor's always like, right, so about that new audition you're gonna take, are you taking this audition, are you doing this? Like he's always like every opportunity, like I said, he's had to give up on me, he's just right there with me, he's meeting me where I am, he's always pushing me. It's just like literally I couldn't, like, the perfect timing. And then in the same breath, Melissa Matson, she's principal viola to the Rochester Philharmonic. She teaches the repertoire class, and it's the same thing. It's like Melissa is right here with me. She knows where I want to go. She knows I want to be in opera, and she is the right amount of like, she'll be more direct with me. Mr. Taylor has his moments where he's like, Katie, whatever, but Melissa will be like, girls, it's out of tone. Girls flat, girls sharp. You let the sound out, like you let sound leak. Like she'll be more blunt, but it's always like she's never like, but you can fix it and it's gonna be great and I can't wait and you're gonna dominate it. Blah blah blah. Like she's just like couldn't ask, and I was so afraid to take this class. And for what? Like Melissa is amazing, and I don't know.
Right, y'all see how Katie talk on her neck? She has multiple people in her corner talking about how great she is and how she can do anything. And
I don't talk on my neck, Dalanie. I'm just saying the facts.
Right, the facts are
that people believe in me.
Right, based off of your beautiful, beautiful playing.
Okay, let's move on because Dalanie is committed to telling you guys lies. Wow. Do you have a composer you're thankful for?
Sure do, sister.
Okay.
You know I stand.
Is it Prokofiev?
It's not Prokofiev. I do not stand Prokofiev. I don't.
Okay.
I just happen to be playing his quintet, so I listen to it all the time. Okay. And I do love classical symphony very, very much.
I just want to make sure that I could.
But I stand for Tchaikovsky. We know this.
Oh, that's my dude.
We know this.
Yes.
I simply love him very, very much.
And you ought to. And everyone should. If you got something...
We never deserved him.
We never deserved him. If you got something bad to say about Tchaikovsky, you can meet me outside because I will.
Right. Because he was sitting up there. Like, when you think of all the just amazing and phenomenal things that he's written, he could have just kept that junk to himself.
Could have, like Schubert.
And we could have just been out here just, still... Let me not come for another composer. But... still playing some other junk. We could have been out here while he had the Nutcracker going in his head and we had no idea. But he was like, man, y'all don't deserve this junk, but let me just go on ahead. And meanwhile, the world was terrible to him. But
right. Shout out to Tchaikovsky and the real Romeo and Juliet.
I'm telling you, I don't stand Prokofiev. So you can say that if you want to. I've actually never even heard the whole Prokofiev Romeo and Juliet.
It's fine, but I just think...
Or Tchaikovsky's.
Tchaikovsky's, it's thicker to me, so it's like
Thick.
Me.
Okay. 3 C's.
It's thicker to me. It's more, and I like the.
I believe it.
I love the story of Romeo and Juliet, even though the ending is kind of like, whew, child, y'all can't be that dumb. But the other stuff before it is like, whatever. It's cute. So I just think that Tchaikovsky more embodies the spirit of Romeo and Juliet. But
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. And yeah, there's a lot of flats in that piece, but flats are good for viola, so I don't really mind.
Oh, that's good for me because I play flat anyway. So.
All right,
I just imagine everything that has to
Dalanie,
up, and it'll sound
Dalanie.
Exactly.
Dalanie. Okay, we're gonna move on because
you didn't even say yours.
Oh,
right.
A composer I'm thankful for is Walton. Wow. First of all, this is the problem I have with y'all, and it hurts more coming from a bass player because you kind of understand what we go through. When people be like, whatever, Bartok's trash, Walton's trash, and it'd be like violinists and cellists. You can't say that. We ain't got but 3 concertos.
Walton not trash. Because I could not sing that concerto like top to bottom, so I can't say anything about it as a whole. But the first move, like just the parts that I know don't sound good to me.
What? First of all,
the beginning I don't like. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about that real.
So you can't comment.
I said that's the part that I don't like. I feel like it sounds so weird. It sounds nasally. I just don't think that it's. I don't know, maybe it would sound better on a different instrument. Like no shade. No. But
it gets lit. Walton gets more lit as it goes on.
Right.
And then when that junk come back in the third movement, that Walton's a good concerto, and it grew on me. I'm thankful for Walton because it was my first of the big 3, and big 3 meaning Bartok, Hindemith, and Walton. Right. It was my first of the big 3, and it's like I don't know for anybody else, but for me, especially like my ascent as a violist, like for a long time, Walton felt like untouchable. It felt like I would never even get there. Mm-hmm. So when I finally got there and I was playing, I'm like, oh, I could play this. I could do this, and like it wasn't perfect, and it wasn't like, we wouldn't win in competitions with it, but I can play Walton, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm playing Bartok, and it's even more approachable. So it's like, it was my first look into the big 3 and being like, nah, I'm a violist, I could do this. So I'm thankful.
I'm glad that you're ascending. Meanwhile, I'm on the descent, but
we're gonna move on.
That's how I felt about Dittersdorf, but I could never play Dittersdorf well. I just couldn't.
And you can always go back to a piece. I'm sure
it will be better now, but I just remember because also I didn't know how to practice back then either. I was in high school. I was not good at practicing, but
there's definitely like I played Stamitz in high school. Had no reasons playing Stamitz in high school. I went back to Stamitz my senior year in undergrad, and it was like a completely different experience. Stamitz still sucks.
Damn.
The notes ain't changed. But
wow.
But like it was just a completely different experience. Okay, do you have a piece that you're thankful for?
Sure do, sister. Bringing it full circle back to my boy Tchaikovsky.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that I'm thankful for Tchaik 5, even though it's not like a symphony that I listen to pretty much at all.
I don't really listen to Tchaik 5 like that. I don't got time to be my feelings.
Right, like, and
it's things to do.
There's no like particular reason that I don't listen to it, but the reason why I say I'm thankful for is because like I was really like, I don't know, just in a rut with orchestra last year. Like for a while, it's just like this is so like, I don't know, I just kind of dreaded it, and it was making me kind of second guess because I was like, damn, this is what I'm trying to do. Like, I don't want to focus on chamber music, but also keeping like orchestra alive and all that. But it was just like, I don't know, becoming more and more of a drag. I wasn't motivated to do it, and then they programmed Tchaik 5, and I'm playing this Tchaik. I'm like, oh, now I remember. Like to me, Tchaikovsky wrote the best bass parts. Like because Tchaikovsky understood something about bass that hardly any other composer did besides Brahms. And that is, you can write beautiful melodies for bass in hour range. Like, you can do that. We don't have to be playing downbeats and drones, and we also don't have to be up in the stratosphere at Strauss. Wow. But that's something for another day, because the least you could have done was written as a sonata. But anyway,
Oh, child.
Nah, everybody, it's an unspoken rule. You get the G harmonic, and you don't go past that. That's for solo music. So if you want to go past that, you write as a sonata. It's a rule. But anyway,
okay, triggered. I don't got time.
But yeah, that just reminded me why I loved orchestra, why I loved bass, because Tchaikovsky's bass parts just put me deep in my feelings, and they're just so powerful and beautiful, and I love them very much. So playing that symphony kind of like put the fire under my butt for like, oh yeah, I do like orchestra. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A piece that I'm thankful for, it's not really a piece, it's more of a work, is The Magic Flute by Mozart. Your face just took me down. Listen, everybody knows I love opera, right. And Magic Flute was my first serious looking opera. I played La Boheme like my first year in undergrad, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So that was really my first authentic look into it. But talking about like studying opera, the Magic Flute Overture is one of the pieces required by Dr. Block in his conducting seminar. So I spent a lot of time watching different versions of the opera and like really getting immersed into it while learning how to conduct the overture. And I was like, oh shoot, like this junk is lit. Like it's so messy, and like this person, like opera in general, this person sleeping with this person, and this baby daddy talking about this person. And also, let's not sleep on that little duet, Voce Saperte. I freaking love it. It's so freaking cute. Look it up later. And then the Queen of the Night aria, that introduced me to like, oh, so y'all singing. Like vocalists are like, and I'm not trying to be rude or whatever, but just like as an instrumentalist, as this instrumentalist, like Katie, I don't really explore vocal music that much, but that when I heard that Diana Damrau sing Queen of the Night aria, and that junk is so clear, you hear overtones. I'm just like, oh, so this is what y'all doing. So I'm just so grateful to Magic Flute. Like opera's where I want to be. I really, really enjoy it. I low-key be watching operas in my spare time on YouTube. Like it's like serious. Like opera is litty. I'll phone him. Okay. Do you have a friend that you're thankful for?
Nope. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding, sister. Wow. But I definitely forgot to think about this one. So you can go first.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a friend that I'm thankful for is my friend Nikki. I'm a good up friend. It's like, nah, but I met Nikki my senior year in high school. Been thick as thieves ever since. And the thing I love about Nikki, we low key argue like cats and dogs. We do the same person. But like Nikki calls me every day, and I'm really, if you know me, I can be really bad with communication, especially like when I get like stressed. Like if we in the height of the semester, or my feelings about learning music or whatever, like you just will not hear from me. My own mama be like, she knows she has to call me. And Nikki calls me every day, and some days I'll be like, girl, I can't talk. Like I have to learn this thing. And other days we've been on the phone for hours. If I'm just sitting there doing my homework, we always on FaceTime. And I really, really, really appreciate Nikki for that. Like, especially since I've moved so far away from home. Like I can just count on Nikki. Like she always there. And we go back to Evanston, we lit or whatever. So I'm just really grateful for that, just to have that connection to home. I know I can always count on Nikki. Like, and I know if I always call her, she'll be there for me. I know even if I'm in Rochester, like she on the next flight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that kind of friend. I'm really grateful for her. Friend, you grateful for her?
I think I'm gonna do something unusual. I just thought about a friend. I haven't talked to her in a minute, but I'm gonna say I'm grateful for my friend Free. I don't know. Me and Free, I met. I don't even remember. I met Free, I think, my junior year of high school, because we both transferred to the same high school that year. But I don't remember like at what point did I meet her my junior or senior year. But I don't know. I have a unique relationship with Free. Like we're the type of friends that like just don't have any boundaries, really.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it.
Like, but I don't know. I haven't talked to Free in a minute, but every time we talk, like, it don't matter how long it's been, like, we just, it's the same. And I actually haven't seen her since the August before I came to Eastman my freshman year. I've not seen her since then.
But if you call her right now, I'll be like, no time has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have friends like that. You just call them and you pick up right where you left off.
Right, exactly. Like, I could go months without talking to Fruity, and if we still like popping up with each other. Love her to death. And hopefully I can see her next semester. She lives in Boston. She goes to Berkeley. But yeah, what a beautiful person. Love her so much. Now I'm gonna text her.
Aw, cute. Okay, family member you're thankful for?
Obviously my mama. Gotta say
mama.
Like, all right. Wow, okay. No, but my mom really out here. Like, me and my mom are kind of polar opposites in a lot of ways. So we butt heads quite a bit. More when we're living together. Like, my mom is a flight attendant, so a lot of the time, like in my childhood, she wasn't home every day. So we was chilling then, because I didn't realize. But then at a certain point, she decided to start doing turns where she is home every day, leaves in the morning, does like goes somewhere, comes back the same day. Whew, oh my god. I didn't realize, because I had never like had to like live with her every day, but we started like butting heads a lot. So like we were going through it, but they always say, like, when you get older, you'll see things more clearly. And there were a lot of things that I didn't know that my mom was doing for me at the time that I know now. Like, nobody is out here, like, nobody wants me to succeed more than my mom does. You know, she really out here making sacrifices that is not required of her. You know, like, because to be a good parent is one thing, and then to be a great parent, like, you know, just going above and beyond. Because she does not have to be paying as much as she do for me to come here and tinker with this box of wood.
I was following you for I was right there,
because she could have been like, sis, anyway, you know. But I got in my dream school, and now she out here shelling out money for me to follow my dreams. So wow, we'll see how that works out. But in addition to my mommy, I also am thankful for my grandma. Now, me and my grandma are the same person.
Oh, Father help us. I was like, no.
My grandma is hilarious and trifling. And also,
I'm glad you're admitting this on the air. Dalanie is, while hilarious, trifling. Just glad.
Get it from my grandma.
Got a timestamp and everything.
And the funniest thing about my grandma is that, like, you know, she losing her hearing a little bit, so she used to be saying stuff loud. And I'm like, so now I gotta fight so and so, because you said something about what their baby looked like, and now and now I'm not gonna let nobody square up on my grandma, so now I'm gonna fight.
Yo.
Like, but my grandma's hilarious. She'll say stuff that, like, if I am kind of sensitive, but if I was like real sensitive, it might hurt my feelings. But because the way she says it and just her, it's hilarious. So I love being around my grandma. I'm excited to see her for Thanksgiving. Hopefully we can coax her into cooking something, anything.
She gonna butter the rolls, remember?
Right, exactly. She's not gonna put them in the oven, just gonna butter them.
Right. Can't ask too much.
Right, it's at the table. How about you, sissy?
Well, family member I'm thankful for is definitely my mother. My mom is like my number one fan, and it's like,
she's number two, I'm number one. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. my mom just rides for me, and I think the older I get, it's like you feel like your parents should, you know, they kind of fall back.
Right.
But it's like the older I get, the more I see like my mom is literally on my team. And there's never a moment, I want to be clear, there's never a moment I questioned if my mother was on my team. I mean, even I remember calling my mom, excuse me, in my sophomore year and being like, yo, I don't want to be a dentist anymore. And she was like, great, you the one who has to go to work in the morning? Like, my mom has just always been like that. She's always been super supportive, always making sacrifices, skipping bills to pay viola lessons and whatever it takes. She's just always been there, and definitely financially, definitely emotionally, just always making sacrifices. And my mom's a single mom as well, and we have a great village because a lot of her siblings live around us, and my grandparents live near us as well. But she's just always been grinding and always has my best interest at heart. And she's always so encouraging because she knows I'm hard on myself, and so she's the first one to whip me back into reality. Shut up, Dalanie. She's the first one to whip me back into reality and be like, do not be hard on yourself. Like, she said that to me daily. So I'm just so grateful. I just can't even put into words how grateful I am for my mother. A second person I'm grateful for is my uncle Douglas.
Dougie.
Dougie, that's what I call him. Dougie. I'm really grateful for my uncle. My uncle works for United. He's a supervisor or something. I don't really know them words over there, so I'm not gonna talk up my neck. But I admire him so much because he started literally throwing bags, and now he's
right out here,
and that's just so amazing to me. And because he works for United, he my second year at Eastman, he put me on his standby list thing. So before, like, he can put you on flights, but the way seniority works, it's like if you have to be on the list to really be catching flights, because you could be on there and anyone could put you as a buddy pass or whatever, and you're like number 17 on the standby list, whereas like a lot of the times I'm like top 5 or whatever. And that has opened up so many doors for me. I'm able to go home when I want to. Remember one time my grandma was in the hospital, I literally went home that same day. I'm able to go to lots of conferences, festivals, and literally all it takes is logging in to the United app and taking care of that. And literally I can't even put into words. It's something so simple and something I could maybe do without, but I would not have nearly any of the opportunities I have if I couldn't hop on a flight. And I'm just so grateful to my uncle. Like, I don't think, and he like makes fun of me and drags me or whatever, but like I don't know if I could ever really put into words how much I'm grateful for that and how undeserving I am of it, because flying's expensive. And yeah, he's fantastic and I really appreciate that. Okay, do you have a lesson this year that you're thankful for learning, sister? Okay, it's a lot happening.
I don't know. I learned that I need to stay in my lane. And
okay,
no, I'm just kidding.
I'm actually ready to go home.
You are home. Literally in your house right now. I don't know. I've learned. I guess this didn't happen this year though. Shit.
It's okay.
Okay. I learned. It's not really like a life lesson, but I learned something. I learned more things about myself, and I'm a very self-aware person. I don't like learning new things about myself because I pretty much know everything about myself. Not everything, you know.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying.
I that's why I don't like finding out new things about myself, because I'm like, damn, I thought I had it all under control, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the lessons that I learned was that it's important to use the things if you know yourself, like, use the things that you know about yourself to help yourself succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I know about like the way I think and the way that I learn, and I was able to use that to come up with like a very helpful practice method that like yields results quickly for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thankful that I like finally was like, okay, enough is enough. I'm not about to be, you know, out here anymore. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna think about this, and I'm going to use what I know about myself and the way that my brain works to help me get to where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's something that I'm really thankful for, that put me in a really good position, like base wise last year. It requires a lot of work, so I'm still working on doing that, you know, like this year, but it put me in a place where I was having like great lessons back to back to back. So yeah, that's what I'm thankful for.
Okay, a lesson that I'm thankful for this year, I heard someone say it on a podcast, and like literally it stuck with me. Is no matter what, God will never play you. And I know that to be true. Dalanie knows that I just have not been having the best year. It hasn't been terrible. It could have been so much worse, but I walked into 2018 with a lot of expectation, and it just hasn't been going my way, but it's not always going to go your way. I cannot wait for this raggedy, ashy year to be over. But in spite of that, I know I'm not going to be out here. And whether you're religious or not, I think it's the idea that it's going to work out. And no matter what happens along the way, even if bad things happen like back to back to back, like he's not going to play you, or whatever you believe in, it's gonna work out. And I think that's definitely been a lesson. And it's been a harder lesson because I feel like things haven't been going my way. And I don't want to sound like a brat. I'm just not gonna put my business out on for strangers. Love y'all, but not that things haven't been going my way, but things have been happening that I wouldn't like them to happen. So it's like it's harder to believe that when you feel like you don't get a break. But I'm not gonna be out here. He's not gonna play me. I'm gonna win. You're gonna win. We gonna win. Especially after 2018 is over.
Oh, you say you talking to the listeners?
Okay. Last thing, because Dalanie exhausts me.
Congratulations, y'all gonna win and Katie gonna win.
You are exhausting.
I'll be on the sideline cheering y'all on. But
it's like it's constant. It's like you don't give me a break. You don't. Okay. Final thing. Things we're thankful for. You have a blessing this year that you're thankful for?
I do. At first, I was like, "Oof."
All right.
The devil's foot been on my neck. I don't know, but then I remembered I bought a new bass this year, which I did not think that I was going to be able to afford to do for a very long time. I was very worried about it because I had been borrowing. First, I came here playing on whatever, but it's what I had, and I'm thankful for it, but It was not at the level that I needed. Obviously coming to Eastman, it just wasn't what I needed to be with. So I had one of the studio basses that Eastman owns. I was playing on that. I played on that from like the second semester of my freshman year to up until like this past year. I mean, like this school year that just started. But I bought my bass at the end of the last school year in May. And it was like really just like a fluke, thing that somebody in my studio had heard about and was not in the market to buy a bass, and was just like, you should go check this out. So Katie went with me. We popped over
to
Pennsylvania, and to try the bass, and I was like, okay, it's
like, play big sound,
right? I was not expecting, to be able to get a bass for a while, especially like in the price range that I was that I could afford versus, what I needed to be looking at. And that's another thing that I'm thankful for. My mom, did not have me out here, because she could have been like, girl, I'm not shelling out thousands on top of thousands of dollars for you to get, this. And like, I put in literally as much as I possibly could have. Because I was in the trenches of my financial situation. Wow, over this base, I was like, this junk better work out. But I'm thankful for my mom for putting up money for that. And then I didn't have to I had to get money from other places as well. Like, use a lot of my money, my mom's money, and then I also got some money from Inner City Youth Orchestra of Los Angeles. Super grateful for that. I let Mr. Dickinson know, the artistic director there. I let him know that hey, I found a bass, because he told me to. He was like, we can't have you out here. Like, if you find something, let us know and we will help you out. So they gave me some money towards the bass. Like, I'm super grateful for that. So it's a blessing that I got. My little baby, the Don.
Okay.
All right, what about you, sister?
A blessing this year that I had was that I got to go to Jamaica. And it's like, how do I sound? I'm gonna sound like such a brat. I go to Jamaica a lot because my family's Jamaican. I feel like that doesn't count. It's like if you from Alabama, you go to Alabama a lot.
Okay, that's not the same.
They're similar.
Yeah. I'll let Jamaica know you said that.
They both hot. It's like, nah. So I got to go to Jamaica this past March. We had a family reunion, and it was so nice to see a lot of family. I also got to do touristy things, which I don't usually get to do because it's like going to your Meemaw house. You don't, you just sit around. So I was like, and I had to pay for my ticket this time. So I was like, nah, we doing stuff. But I'm just really grateful for that. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for opportunity. That was a huge blessing this year to be able to go down there and have a lot of fun and see new family, get my hair twisted for free. So and you know them joints be them Senegalese twists, and you saw Dummy Long. Remember how Dummy Long they were?
Long.
Like I remember she was like, "You sure you don't want me to cut them in half?" I'm like, "No, don't cut them in half. It's gonna be fine. I'm short." Blah blah blah. Down to my knees.
Right. I love me some good long hair.
Oh my God, I was there forever, but she did that, so that was a huge blessing. So let us know what you're thankful for, even if it's something not on this list. We'd love to hear from you. And we're moving on. Ready for intermission?
Sure, sister.
Okay, so here's the intermission this week. Your mama call you. And she lied, Dalanie. So-and-so, TT and them couldn't come this year.
I'm mad because I really got an TV called TT too.
Oh, shoot. Me too. Okay, so TT and them couldn't come. So now we got 5 extra seats at the Thanksgiving table. She says you can invite any 3 composers, dead or alive, 1 celebrity or mainstream musician, and 1 touring classical musician. Who are you going to invite? Okay, let's start with the 3 composers that are alive. Who are you inviting?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Yeah. Alive composers? Like, no, I don't mean it like that.
Wow.
I did not mean it like that. No, you know Isaiah, the violist here, he composes. His stuff sounds, it is like really good.
Okay, me popping over to him. Okay, bass sonata on deck.
Okay, no, he just wrote a viola concerto. Dude is insane. Okay. Isaiah is out here.
Right. Okay, next week's Black Excellence.
Right. Honestly.
Okay, well, let's just get the obvious one out the way. It's my 3rd time this episode mentioning him. I'm telling you, I stand for Tchaikovsky. I just do. And if you have a problem with it, then catch me outside. Right. But yeah, I would have Tchaikovsky over because I love him and I just want to give him a hug because life did him dirty and we never deserved him.
Never.
And Tchaikovsky's first. Okay, nobody is touching their food until he is served. Feet up. Okay, shoulders massage. Okay. We got bubble bath run. Okay. For the game on. Okay, we got him electric blanket for his nap when he gets the itis afterwards. Okay. Like, Tchaikovsky's getting the 5-star treatment. He just is.
I'm here for it.
Right. So my next one is Bach. Just because I have several questions for him. Positive ones, but we've done so much with Bach's music that interpretation wise.
Yeah, he probably
love to know what
how it's supposed to go. I don't know what y'all thought. He probably up there in heaven throwing his hands up.
Well,
right.
I would love to know. Yeah, so I would invite Bach, and also I like Bach. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Some of his stuff is just really, really great. But what I noticed about a lot of the Bach that I like, it's the interpretations that I like might be stuff that he entirely hates. Mm-hmm. So I would love to know. And then for my 3rd composer, I think I would invite Schubert. He could, whip us up a little composition. Right. Bring the Henny. And yeah, I feel like Schubert would be a fun addition to the table. Mm-hmm. Right. So what next? My celebrity?
Yeah.
Right, my celebrity, Stevie Wonder.
Hey, Stevie.
I stan Stevie Wonder as well. He's literally my favorite artist. Love him. Y'all will figure out that's my genre music that Motown, soul, old school R&B, love it. Yeah, and I grew up listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder. I remember I saw Stevie Wonder live when I was probably 6 or 7, and we had a Black History, I went to a all Black school, so we had Black History Month programs. And so I'm at his concert. I get out in the aisle and start doing my dance routine to his song. Okay, something I would still do today. Love Stevie Wonder, stand for him. So that's why I would have him at the table. And look, my family loves Stevie Wonder as well. So that would be lit to have him there. Six, my touring classical musician. My touring classical musician would be Misha Maisky.
I don't know her.
It's a man.
Oh.
Wow. He's incredibly famous.
You're not beating the houses. Don't answer that.
Mishmaski is a cellist.
Oh shoot! I'm about to get dragged. Don't leave me alone.
He's like,
please leave me alone.
You know who
it's
Yo-Yo Ma
late.
is?
Who you said what?
You know who Yo-Yo Ma is?
That's the
wow.
That's a bagpipe player, right?
Right. Yeah.
He was on Arthur playing bagpipes.
Yeah.
I remember. I'm right here.
No, Mishmaski, yeah, he's a cellist. I stand for his Bach. So I think it would be very interesting to have both him and Bach at the table. Okay, duke it out.
Right.
Like, the drama. No, but I stand for his Bach, and it's a little detrimental to me personally to only listen to him because I'm never gonna sound like that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. I don't play the cello. Like, also.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Well, you trifling, so I gotta try to keep up.
Like both ways.
No.
But listening to cellists play Bach, like, they're just certain characteristics of the instrument I just probably will never achieve. But I love his Bach, and I met somebody who hated it, and I was like, so we could fight here, or. But yeah, that's why I would definitely love to talk. And I'm not a person that likes to talk about music a lot. Even though I'm over here on a music podcast saying I don't like to talk about music, but I'm not. It's that's why I didn't pick a bass player, because I want to have fun on that. So I don't want to talk to you about the same 3 concertos that we have, but
listen, I hear you.
Exactly. So I don't know, I would just like to have him there, and really especially because Bach is something that I struggled with for a really long time, because Bach is so hard for bass, because it's not written for us at all, especially the intervals in which bass is tuned to. That's pretty much the hardest part. You contorting your hand all types of ways to make stuff work, but so just I would love to hear like some things from him about his interpretation of Bach, so I can learn how to razzle dazzle the way he does. What about you, Sissy?
Okay, so the 3 composers that I would invite, of course, my man Schubert. I just think he's the cutest thing in the world. His face is so cute. I just found out the other day that we're height twins.
All right.
A little over 5 feet. So small but mighty, because I will bite you in your ankles.
All right.
And I just think it'll be a good time. I've always liked Schubert. I think he's not really with the razzle dazzle. He just wants to write music for his friends, have a good time. Also, I want to talk to him about his leader, because my dude could turn a melody. Like, I'm just so impressed with Schubert. I want to meet him. I want to shake his hand. I want him to come around, eat some oxtail, some fried tofu, and just, and just have.
He gonna come down from heaven like, oh, wow, I rose from the dead for this.
Okay. So yeah. My second would definitely be Mendelssohn. Now, this is multifaceted, because Mendelssohn is one of my favorite composers, like flat out. I love his violin concerto, which he wrote a viola concerto. He wrote a viola sonata. I was about to say, I almost lied on my neck and said that he wrote a viola sonata, but what he really wrote was a sonata for piano and viola. So I have questions about that.
That's what Frank did for his violin sonata. It's for piano and violin.
It's not cute. It's viola obligato, and you already know that.
I've heard of that sonata. Actually, I listened to it a couple weeks ago.
We already don't have stuff, and here you come, composer of your time, writing that.
Yeah, that's a little
right. That's something I expect from. Never mind.
Because I did not. I remember seeing that, because I'd be on wasting time on IMSOP looking at whatever, and I remember seeing that and listening to that and being like, really, Mendelssohn?
Yeah, literally. I remember even asking my teacher in undergrad, because I didn't really know too much. I was like, what? Because I love Mendelssohn, so I was like, I want to put that the viola sonata. She was like, girl, no. And then my final. Oh, also speaking of Mendelssohn, I also have some questions for him. Like, who when you wrote are you okay? Let me ask my question. I just want to know, when you wrote that scherzo, yeah, whom was bouncing a bow like that in the 1800s? I just want to know. If you just let me know, then we can move on. But something in my shondo, like I feel it in my Igbo bow, that like no one was bouncing their bows like that. And you got every orchestra. You see what you did? You over here writing music out your neck, and now every orchestra asking for that junk. Every single one, they want to hear that. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, and I know we are working through it. We are working through the Mendelssohn Scherzo, and we are going to get there, and I'm going to get it. But I just have some questions for you. That's all I want. I just want to know. So we can talk about that. And if he wants to throw hands, we can throw hands because what?
Wow. So you're inviting him to the Thanksgiving dinner? Okay, ambush.
No, I mean, I'm going to praise him too. He did that. Second movement, Mendelssohn Violin Concerto. He did that. I just, if it turns into mess, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving without some mess. So, and the final one is Hailstork. Adolphus Hailstork. I really admire his work. I'm playing his viola fantasies on my recital. He's just, I really enjoy his music. He's a Black composer. He's still alive. So he'll be great. Moving along. One celebrity that I would invite to my Thanksgiving dinner would be Drake. First of all, Drake is like fake Jamaican anyway. He wants to be Jamaican so bad, so he'll fit right in. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be fun. I think he's corny enough for him to have fun when we play categories and when we that job.
Categories goes up. Oh,
Category. When we play categories, when we play Taboo, I feel like Drake will be a good time. I think he'll fit right in. And then he can listen to my mixtape. So it just, everybody wins. It's like, no, I don't have no mixtape, but I'm thinking about it. No, I'm not. Okay, and then one touring classical musician would be Tabia Zimmerman. We just don't deserve her. Tabia Zimmerman is a violist. She's perfect in every way. And like I just haven't heard a wrong note, and I will never. Like, it's just like, she's just perfect. Like, how viola, that's viola playing. It's just like, and she's so kind and so nice and she's beautiful, and Tabia would be the solution to all my problems. But
right. Just a matter of time.
Wow, I don't know how we got there. Okay. So last thing, penultimate. Shout out to Mr. A teaching me that word. Back in high school. He taught me that word back in high school.
Okay. No, he taught it to me yesterday.
Okay.
I was there. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's Mr. A then?
I'm just kidding.
Penultimate thing. We're talking about Thanksgiving traditions. What's your Thanksgiving tradition, sister?
Eating good. Going to sleep.
Wow. That was so Black. That was so Black.
I mean, it is. Like, we don't have any, super, I don't know, like, unique anything.
Yeah.
Like, we cooking together.
Mm-hmm.
Usually my little brother complaining about having to grate the cheese for the mac and cheese. That's all you have to do. Like, meanwhile, anyway, yeah, so complaining, then cooking, then grandma yelling at somebody who's in the kitchen not doing nothing because they taking up space, and then eat at 3 like everybody, and then usually, like, I don't know, then we just chilling, we just being, together.
Mm-hmm.
Together.
Right, together. Shout out to Richard.
Right.
For us, so like I said, like y'all know, my family's Jamaican. So literally, I mean, I'm not saying this is for all Jamaicans. I'm saying in my household, it's literally Sunday dinner. Like, there's little to no wavering. Like, we'll have stuffing and we'll have macaroni and cheese, and then it's some type of it's like oxtails. They'll make a turkey. They don't make ham because ham is for Christmas. When you guys saw a ham, I'm like, y'all okay? And just Jamaican callaloo, plantain. I'm like, y'all could have tried a little bit. Like, what's wrong with some greens? You know what I'm saying?
I love some greens.
But they make their food. So what my friends and I did, we started a tradition where, because we all know what we go through, the day before Thanksgiving, we have a Thanksgiving, and we make everything that our family ain't making. So we frying chicken, and we making mac and cheese, and we making mashed potatoes, because Jamaicans aren't gonna put like all them starches together. At least not my family, because they're just annoying. So whatever, blase. However, last year we didn't feel like cooking, and also I'm vegan now, so we just went to a restaurant. But we have that tradition of the day before Thanksgiving. My friends and I always get together. Day of Thanksgiving, whatever. My family goes to church. I don't go because it's almost Sunday. That sounds terrible, but that's terrible. You didn't hear that. But I didn't. God did. But God knows my heart, and I Also, because I'm vegan, I make my own take on. My family, they make the things that they can make vegan, they make vegan. So they make their rice and peas, and they won't put butter in it, or they'll leave a portion of it for me before they put butter in it. The vegetables I make it with oil instead of butter, and then the rest is up to me. So I make, bomb vegan mac and cheese. Ask people that were there, it was good. My stuffing, when I tell you, look, I know you skeptical because I use vegan sausage in the stuffing, but when I
put meat in ours.
You don't put meat in your stuffing? You don't put sausage in your stuffing? Oh shoot!
No breakfast.
What? Listen, my stuffing was a hit. I'm like vegan or not. Like, then I made fried tofu. Like, it was fine, and I was cooking right alongside my mom. She was making her dairy infested things, and I was making my vegan stuff. So
regular food.
Anyway, okay. So yeah, those are. Thanksgiving's not really whatever. I mean, we might have people over. Like, if I have friends in Chicago that can't go home, I'll invite them over. I warn them that they will not be getting their yams and their. I warned them because it's like, I don't want you to expect. I'm like, but what you can have is this jerk pork and this rice and peas. You can have that, and there will be pear, aka avocado, but Jamaicans. Yeah, and then we play categories and we play taboo, and we're just loud and things, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so there's that. Moving on to Black Excellence. I'm so excited about this week's Black Excellence. So this week's Black Excellence goes out to my friend Andrew Francois. Andrew Francois is a violist from Kankakee, Illinois. So about
from where?
From Kankakee, Illinois. It's about an hour south of Chicago. I met Andrew at Illinois State University, and he was staying an extra year to learn the viola before he went on to grad school. And literally, he's just been taking off since then. Like, he went to Indiana, slayed the game, snatched edges, like everybody's edges off. I remember texting Andrew, because the way Indiana does their orchestras is like, because there's so many of them there, and I'm not gonna speak too much out of my neck because I don't go to Indiana. I'm just speaking from what I remember being told to me when I auditioned at Indiana. When I auditioned, that's what they told me was, because they have so many orchestras, I can't remember the exact numbers. Something like 4, between 4 and 6. It's probably not 6, but whatever. Your chairs, the first 4 people get principal or whatever of the first 4 orchestras, and then it just goes on from there. So they're filling people like basically like how you would fill Mancala. So I texted Andrew. I was minding my business and saw pictures from Indiana. I texted him. I'm like, how you get first chair of all the orchestras? Out of every single one, you the top of the top, and you just got there? Okay, surpassing DMA students. Like, he's literally just sickening, and he's so humble. And I think that's what a lot of people need to remember and lean in. Like, you don't have to be nasty, especially in a career like classical music, where it's almost based on like coming across as perfect, because those are people who are getting the jobs. It's like, you don't have to be nasty on top of that. And he just exemplifies this. He was a New World Fellow, and currently Andrew is a LA resident fellow, LA Phil resident fellow rather. So he's out in LA. He plays with the LA Philharmonic, and he's just literally out here. And I'm so proud to know him. I'm so proud to call him my friend, and I'm just so excited to see where he's gonna end up. So yeah, we'll link Andrew's socials in the description below. You can check him out. He's amazing. He doesn't really post videos like that, so if you're looking for like Drake coverage, it's not what it's gonna be. But you can see you talking about. You can also look in the LA Phil website. We can link that as well. You can read about him.
I find it funny how, or like, you have so many friends in like this circle, then I realize that talent hangs out with talent. Okay, so like all your friends that are out here popping, it makes sense that you're friends with them.
I'm also friends with you. Wow, you just talked yourself into a hole.
I know. I didn't. I was getting to that.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
Right. so grateful that you've decided to engage in community service.
Okay. If you have any suggestions for Black excellence, please email us at classicallyblackpodcast@gmail.com. We love to hear from you and those suggestions. Remember, that doesn't have to be a musician. It could be educators. It could be philanthropists, entrepreneurs who just want to hear about people doing good work, Black people doing good work for the classical music. I just want to clarify because that's not the.
All right, we're not taking any kind of suggestions.
We're not taking excellence, taking Black excellence, and
right.
You know what? We appreciate people doing the work, but that's not what we're here for. So we've been in here forever. Do you have a piece you forgot about before we leave, sister?
Real quick. I just want to highlight the Waxman Carmen fantasy. It is lit. It is virtuosic. It is such a great piece. And what I do usually, if a portion of a piece speaks to me, I will listen to that one part, and then it will probably take me like weeks, maybe even months, to even listen to the rest of it.
Really?
Yeah. I like, because I just love that one part, and I'm like, oh, I don't care what else happens after this.
Wow.
And then like sometimes I just let it like play, like if I'm doing something, I'm like, oh, the rest of it is lit too.
Oh,
like
wow.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That's what happened with this piece. But yeah, I really like the piece, and I always listen to, I'm a person that, you know, listens to like certain recordings of things, like, you know, so I like to hear Bomsori Kim, who I love. She was my second choice for my seat at the table, but I was like, no, Misha Maisky has to be there. But yeah, so I will link Bomsori Kim's performance of the Waxman Carmen fantasy. It's beautiful and great, and hope y'all love it.
Great. So I'll check it out as well, that recording. I remember Letitia played it for me. I was like, oh, y'all playing at Eastman. Like, yo, that piece is insane. But yeah. All right, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Right.
I was going to say eat lots of turkey, and I was like.
Right. Exactly. Thanks for listening to Classically Black Podcast. We'll see you guys next week.